Back into Peacewood to your home, found Captain Feldra there. Shakul and her had a brief interaction in which she told him that she was from or formerly associated with the House of Shadow Elves on the espionage side and offered her assistance in digging into who exactly hired them to take out your temple. She did inform you that typically they don't just attack at random and they are hired. Sort of like mercenaries, but just or hitmen would be more appropriate, more accurate. After this, you took a long rest, at which point Aaron went over to see Peleus, where she was informed to, or instructed, I suppose, to go find his former master, located in the northern forest of the Elven Woad. He did mention that he is no longer among the living, but still said you could find him there. After you guys reunited, you headed to the palace. When upon arriving there, you stumbled into some sort of trade agreement between the orcs and the elves, which seems to your presence seemed to annoy the orcs involved. So, taking your leave from there for a moment, you headed up to the Tower of Air, where you ran into the headmaster, who instructed you to be careful in researching the weapons and far realm, but still encouraged you to learn, just exercise caution, essentially. In the same library, Aaron discovered a map which marked off the excuse me, other elemental towers distributed among the 8 major kingdoms. 7 major kingdoms, with the 8th one being the Tower of Light, located most centrally throughout the land, kind of connecting everything else together. Once you finished your bit, one more thing to note on the map. You noticed on the map that there were moving kind of runes or symbols, and you were told that the moving symbols were a form of tracking messengers throughout the land. Kind of giving you an indication that certain mages, or strong enough mages and stuff, could cast some sort of spell to track when a messenger was traveling. Nothing else of note happened there. You headed back to the throne room, where you were talking with Empress Palindrel, at which point the crow on Brolin's shoulder that you were sent with, or given to you by Xerneas in Culthrone, hopped down and began speaking in Xerneas' voice to the Empress, saying, "I am a mess. My name is Xerneas." Kind of confirming that he sent you and requesting an audience and apologizing for sort of tricking you guys and absolving you of any sort of implication of bringing in a spy.
Oh, he didn't fool me. I knew about it all along.
You guys weren't aware.
I said to kill it.
Okay. Upon hearing this, you guys are all of you are kind of surprised. The Empress, Sarge, and Kershipe are present, along with, I believe his name is Deblin. Yep, Deblin the dwarf, who's a higher-ranking member of the Tower of Air. And go.
I would address the bird and say, I know that you have some pretty powerful magics, but how did you break the seal of the world of Peacewood, if you don't mind me asking?
Master Brolin, to be quite honest, I wasn't 100% sure this would work, but we gathered our 3 most powerful ship's mages and put the communication and locating spell on and just sort of hoped for the best, trusting that if all else failed, your party would at least bring us back word directly.
That's what we were planning on doing, yeah. I didn't think this was...
I do apologize for the deception, my friend. I just wished to speak with the Empress directly if at all possible.
Well, she's right here.
They already had that conversation, though, right?
They sort of spoke to each other.
Didn't he ask for like a meeting point that she could pick and everything? And
he brought up what he offered was a shared kind of neutral meeting point, and in exchange for, or what he brought to the table in exchange for this plot of land was information on the location of the Lost City. You guys have heard this Lost City mentioned before by Kashek, the lizard man who is currently running Shadowdraw's crew. He had mentioned it when you guys were in the tavern, and it's being mentioned again here as kind of a bargaining chip, suggesting the elves have an interest in it, and Culthrone / Xerneas knows where it is, or might be. For the sake of avoiding me roleplay talking to myself between the Empress and Xerneas, we're going to say the Empress is consulting with Deblin, Kershipe, and Sarge about what to do with this information, while Xerneas is addressing you guys for the time being.
Alright, I'm gonna ask Xerneas about, say, hey Xerneas, so that Lost City that you guys mentioned that you're all interested in, we had heard about that place before from Kerchak. Have you... Did I say that wrong?
Mm-hmm.
No, you got it right. You're fine.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was something different.
Yeah, I know. That's really distracting. Fuck. Oh, and I'm actually, I don't know about everyone else with me. I'm sure that they might have some interest in it, but if you guys need any extra hands, we might be interested in making a pursuit to find that place, if it's all right with everyone else in crew. Sounds interesting. Lost City.
Xerneas, Beach here. Hi. What is this lost city? What do you know about it?
Well, what we know is it was an elven outpost in the Northern Sea, said to be an advanced warning kind of position in case of incursion from faraway lands or possible other realms invading, such as what happened with the Hellmouth. It's site of strong magical influence and presence, and so it was /W.
Yeah, I did it wrong. Oops. Oops.
Site of strong magical presence and influence, and a possibility of gateways opening, such and such. But the city itself was lost below the sea some time ago. Being an elven outpost did have some things of value to Peacewood, or so I assume. And I just want to see if there's anything valuable there. Plus, being the one to find the lost city would be kind of prestigious in and of itself. I do think it'd be beneficial to have your group along, as you are already sort of intermediaries between myself and Empress Pelendrel, if she's depending on what the elves decide.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. I'd sure like to see a lost underwater city. I don't swim so good, though.
Let's do it.
The Empress kind of steps forward from her gathering and says, Xerneas, or should I say King Xerneas, we will send with this traveling party my general here, along with 2 representatives, one from the Tower of Air and one from myself. Where would you like to meet? And he gives the name of an outpost in Orcish. She seems to acknowledge what it is or know where, and the meeting is set.
Weird question. Hold on. Are any of her confidants orcs?
No.
Would it be weird that that she would recognize Orcish?
She was like second ago in pre-talks with 2 orcs, so no.
My bad. Okay,
but you do know from when you barged in that Devlin was translating, and he does translate to her when Xerneas says something in Orcish.
Okay, thank you.
So, no, this is not abnormal for them to recognize our Orcish. You guys are the crow has stopped speaking, and it kind of seems to just hop back onto your shoulder, Brolin.
I give him a little bit of apple.
With the meeting set and everything, it seems that the spell has been released, and it's just a traditional crow once more. But you are now left with Devlin and Kershape.
Is the Empress still there?
She has walked off with Sarge.
Okay.
One thing to note, she did motion to Sarge when she said "my general" here, so he has been promoted quite significantly since at some point during your absence.
Okay.
If they were considering him sergeant, he was kind of commander or they call him Sarge, but he was the commander at Duragor, and now he is being referred to as a general.
Oh shit.
Even though people still call him Sarge for unexplained reasons.
Yeah, it's just a term of endearment that they've hooked onto him.
It's a nickname. It's his nickname.
That's what they called him in high school. And so all right, so then I'd approach Devlin and say, like, I hope we weren't crossing any, borders by doing that. Like, I didn't know that he was gonna.
No, we quite literally
hop in and.
Well, I don't like surprises very much, but it doesn't seem like you all were aware of the spell, so not much to do about it now. I suppose we've already agreed.
I did tell everyone to kill the crow.
I think that would have been terrible. This worked out perfectly.
Yeah, this is fine. Everything worked out.
They can talk and figure out their shit. And,
I can't deny that it speeded up the process. But still, I do not like surprises. So I very much hope that there will be no surprises on our journey together, as I will be your Tower of Air representative.
I mean, we are dealing with the King of Thieves, so anything is possible.
As he says that he's the representative, his eyes kind of go like His facial expression is very much one of like a sarcastic woohoo. He's just like, I'm so thrilled to be coming.
This is Devlin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Kershite steps forward and I will also be accompanying you, partly as a test of my capabilities, but I'm just excited to leave the city and see the real world after, well, my time at the academy.
Just be warned, it can be a real mess out there.
Oh, I can take care of myself, and Master Devlin here will look after me, as sure.
And I mean, we will too. We've got your back. You've been nothing but nice to us and helpful.
Yes.
True.
I look forward to our adventure together. I must go prepare. And she departs.
What?
Devlin, you can stop her.
I was trying to remember her name.
Kershite.
Kershite. If you have a little bit of time later, a couple of us are going down to the spa baths.
Yes. Come to the spa.
If you want to come, hang out. You know, it's gonna be a good time.
Oh, I would love to. Yes.
I forgot about the spa.
Yo, the spa. I'm so excited.
I tried not to bring it up in the recap.
That was all. That was literally the only thing I remembered from 2 weeks ago.
Devlin just kind of looks at you guys and looks at her, and he's like, I'm not going to the fucking spa.
I didn't invite you. I didn't want to surprise you too much.
It's okay. It's a girls only and beach. Captain
Exactly.
Feldra may come.
Captain Feldra's a girl, so
Yeah,
he kinda
girls
just
only.
grunts
and
at you
beach.
guys. You also invited Peleus, but that's besides the point. He kind of grunts at you guys and then heads back over to the orcs and pours a mug of ale and kind of sits with them and begins to converse in Orcish. None of you guys understand that.
No.
What are you guys doing?
No idea.
I think that they wanted to go down to the spa. I had no idea personally.
Well,
So
I
they're
can't. I
free to go.
can't stand up Captain
Well-
Feldra.
So, my question is everyone on board to go on this adventure for the Lost City?
Yeah, why not?
I'm pretty sure everybody
Shakul?
already said yeah. Shakul said yes.
Yeah.
No? Okay, I guess it's just me.
You know me, Aaron. I love a good mystery.
Why?
I mean,
what?
I do too, but also
You're not
at the
intrigued
same
by the
time,
Lost City?
Just
I
think
am,
of all
but,
the
like,
amazing flowers and
It's
insects
underwater.
and bees that could
Underwater.
be underwater.
How?
You don't know. We don't know. We
You
have to see.
Have you ever heard of a sea bee?
No.
Well,
Have you?
But that's the mystery.
Imagine how famous we'd be if we discovered sea bees.
Oh my god.
So
Well,
much
I'm just saying,
flora
it-
and fauna and fantastic fun.
Oh,
Right
all
now-
those
seems
F's.
like-
You got me all
Right
jacked
now,
up now.
I would like to point out to Aaron that the first way that we got here was we were on a boat that went underwater and flipped the world upside down. We don't know
Right.
what this lost city could entail. There could be a
What?
lot of magics
Is
there.
that what? I wasn't on that boat.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, he's talking about the one that brought you across the lake through a cliff.
And then it skipped into the
Peacewood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so, like, I'm just concerned because, like, it just seems like this could all be a trap, and I don't know. I don't feel like dying.
Wait, hold on. A trap from who?
Anyone, like, fucking, what's his face?
Well, if it is, then
The
we'll
lizard man.
We'll spring it in their faces.
Yeah, there's
Lizard
more
man.
of us than there are of him.
No, I mean, Lizard Man could come out of the middle of nowhere, and you know that he's been trying to get us back for Shatterjaw, and, like,
Fortune
could just-
favors the bold, my friends.
I have no idea what that means.
It means scared money don't make money.
Yeah, I mean,
But, like, we could die. I don't know. Alright, fine, let's
we
do
could
it.
always die doing everything. It's an adventure. Life's an adventure. You gotta go out, you gotta learn, you gotta see things.
I saw a lot of things.
And they were all awesome, weren't they?
I don't know. I guess. Sure.
All right.
We'll be fine. Don't worry.
All right.
We'll take care of you. But first, a nice, relaxing day at the spa.
Day at the spa.
That's not the word, but I can't think of it. What they were called?
The hot springs.
Yes, thank you. The hot springs.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime. All right, let's go.
Well,
if you guys are all going to the hot springs,
What?
question:
No,
I won't do anything crazy,
you're not doing it. No, I'm not giving you my pistol.
but can I see one of your pistols?
Absolutely not.
for what?
I would really like to take a better look at it.
You can see with your eyes, not your hands.
All right, I'll give him mine. The black one.
No,
Okay,
because like I
roll
want to
it
be
in.
there. I want to be there when like you're experimenting.
You
with
gotta go
this, you know
soak
what I
your
mean?
feet in the hot tub. You know what? I'm going to go check out this gun.
No, because I want to be there. I feel like I have a right to know
absolutely-
what's
I
going on
will-
with this.
Yes, you do. So you should come with me then. You should all
I
come with
wanna
me and
go
not
to
go
the
to the
spa.
spa.
Roland,
go to the spa.
Roland, if you learn anything about it, make sure you tell me, okay? No secrets this time.
I
None
will
of your-
100% tell you everything I find out.
It
You
is
promise.
about midday, by the way, and you did tell everyone you're going to the spa in the evening, so it's
Okay, so we have plenty of time. Let's go. Let's role play with guns.
All right, we got some time before the hot springs date. Where are we going?
In the field. Far away
Yeah,
from everyone.
let's kind of. Do we? Question.
Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Do we know how to? Can we ask someone? We're still in this Empress's place. Can we
You're
ask?
still in the
someone how-
palace, yeah.
Can we ask someone how we can get in and out freely of this town, or do we always need permission or someone to guide us in?
We can go to Peleus.
No, you can. There.
We can go to Peleus.
Peleus
We'll
is
go
an
to Palace, but I don't
option.
feel like
You-
doing Palace
there's-
every time.
You could go to anybody.
He's my best friend.
You could go to anybody. Okay. You could go to anybody you've spoken to, like Sarge or Kershipe or Deb. Like they all know how to get in and out of the city.
But Roland, wait. What are you thinking?
No, I'm not. I'm not thinking anything. But I'm just thinking
Nothing?
that maybe we shouldn't be shooting off these guns in the town of Peacewood.
Who are you shooting with the guns?
There are some unsettled. Unsettled is the improper word. Unpopulated areas like towards the wall, kind of like similar to like where the druids are set up is kind of open field ish.
Yeah, but what do you want to do with the
There's
guns?
like the wall extends about 200 to 300 yards past where population is, so you could go
so there are
closer
some-
to the wall and still be inside the city, but not in. But it's like fields and stuff where they grow crops.
Okay, and to answer your question, Beach, I wasn't planning on shooting off these guns, but we've seen them take on a life of their own. And I was going to carefully look at one, but now that all three of us are here, it might be best to check out them both at the same time and see what happens, or one at a time.
Well, I'm just gonna wave this one around, and be like, look, it's fine as long as you don't hold them at both at the same time.
Yeah,
All right.
all right then.
I'm just saying, if you want to find like an open field or something, we can go talk to Peleus. Peleus knows his place inside and out. He can help us, and we can trust him. Like I say that with my life.
And also,
Have we met Peleus, or
I haven't.
have we met him, or
Yeah,
have we only
yeah.
heard about him?
You
I don't
only-
think
you
she's
met him when
legal.
you walked in.
The only interaction you've had with him is a Black Panther led you into the city.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
I
he's
think
one of me.
Peleus is
He's
her imaginary
one of
friend.
me.
Don't bring it up.
No, he's one of me.
Okay.
There's
okay.
like 50. There's like 50 to 100 druids in the city.
Yeah.
Not a circle of the moon.
But
That doesn't mean
Roland,
anything.
Roland, what are you hoping to
does.
accomplish?
Only to you.
Wow.
He just
You
wants to
say
go to a
bitch?
field.
Roland, what are you hoping to accomplish?
Further knowledge about these, isn't? Am I mistaken? Isn't that what we wanted? We wanted to learn more about these.
Yeah, I do, but I also
wanted
feel
to
like I
play
don't-
with them before we heard "Awaken from your slumber, O great Lord of Void." I don't.
I feel like we shouldn't do it within like the walls of Peacewood because something could happen. Because this seems like dark magic to me. So like, maybe we shouldn't do it within the confines of Peacewood.
We've learned quite a bit since we had the idea to experiment. If we really want to learn more, we should just bring him to Sangmo. the Tower of Air.
Well, didn't you guys go and research? Like, didn't you guys grab books about this
We
shit?
tried to be sneaky and ask about it, but he seemed pretty trustworthy.
And he had no idea, right?
Not
No,
to
he
be
had lots of
rude
ideas.
to you all, but
Just was
two
shouting
things. You're being really fucking loud about something that seems kind of private. And two, if you're looking to fire weapons, either do it outside the wall or go to the firing range.
Who is this guy?
Thank you.
That's Devlin.
Devlin?
Thank you so much. Like I said, outside
Yeah,
of the
we don't
walls.
want to set off
go.
any loud noises here and surprise Devlin.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Outside of the walls.
No,
Like I said. Outside of the walls.
Let's walk and talk. Let's leave the palace.
You're not wrong.
All right.
Not right.
There's no point in first of all,
Walking and talking. We are walking and talking. By the
Okay.
way, we are walking
Okay.
and talking.
Thank you.
There's no point in.
We're 8 weeks into this campaign. Training wheels are off. I
I
will fuck you
forgot
guys
that
up.
we were still standing there.
We're fine. I was definitely just picturing myself standing there yelling in the middle of the palace.
We didn't say
Same.
anything. We just
Same.
said to learn about guns. We didn't
I'm
say
just
anything
saying.
about
Same.
Yeah, he didn't
Same.
say anything. He just said if you're talking, he just heard discharge, don't want to shoot in the city. And
So,
said,
Roland, let's
"Don't
go
do
to let's go to Sangmo.
Okay.
But I thought you guys said that he didn't know anything about these.
He was
didn't.
the only person that helped us find information, though. And
So
he's
what did
the
he say?
head of the Tower of the Wind, the library.
Air. Tower of Air.
Tower of Air, whatever.
Yeah, right.
As you guys head up to the Tower of Air.
I guess.
If
Alright.
you guys want to,
You don't have to cut
Whatever.
you guys.
I have one of the pistols. You have no choice in the matter.
We only need one.
Well,
we don't,
I have
we
no
don't want
choice
them
in the matter.
together.
Yeah, we don't need them both together.
But I still want to learn about it.
Then let's
I just
go.
don't think that being inside Peacewood is a great idea with these.
Nobody
We've seen
said
what they do.
they didn't say anything about shooting them. They're just trying to learn. So.
We're not going to use
Okay,
them.
let's go. All right, let's go. I just want
Um,
to shoot something.
you can shoot
literally just
everyone
said
you
did
want.
one.
You can take your gun and go.
As you
play
guys head up to the
Pelican.
tower and the familiar or
Uh,
semi-familiar circular elevator type machine, you see a member of the tower talking to a Loxodon figure, and Obadiah, would you like to tell them what they see?
Sure. So, I am 6'5", pretty
Damn.
hefty.
Damn.
If you've actually ever seen a Loxodon, you would go, "Oh, he's small for a Loxodon."
The only people who would have seen a Loxodon is
Not me.
maybe Beach and Brolin at the College of Lesser Races.
Like I said, damn.
You could have had interactions with Loxodons at the college. Everyone else would not. This would be the first one you've seen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I would probably to the rest of you, I would look very large and like, "Oh my god!" But to those of you who've maybe seen, I look small in comparison. I'm very battle scarred. I'm wearing robes, carrying a large wooden staff, and I just have like books and pouches of like scrolls just like all over me.
In a bag?
Yes,
Okay.
just like different various
taped.
pouches and
No, he's balancing them all on his head. They're all on his head.
like I hold them all with my trunk.
How
Like a
how
huge bundle.
similar in size are these? Are you in comparison to like Dragonborn?
Probably
Well,
wider.
Mike's like 6 foot. Yeah, I was gonna say Mike's a little shorter.
So I'm probably your size, but like I imagine, Ethan might be able to.
He would be, since he's on the smaller end of Loxodon. You said you were 6'5"?
Yeah,
Isn't that average for Loxodon?
average is 7.
Okay. Yeah, so since he's on the smaller end of Loxodon, he's about your height. I think you Roland specifically said he's 6 feet. I don't think you've ever given us a height.
I think I said I was 6'5". I thought.
All right, so he would be at your height, but he would be a lot. You would be slimmer than him by a lot. You are like you are a monk trained in physicality and toned and muscular, whereas he is a scholar-looking fellow who sits a lot.
Also an elephant.
And an elephant. So
Danny DeVito of the bunch, if you will.
he's like...
If he was 6 foot.
He's 6... He's your height, but he's
6'6".
wider.
My weight is 300. I should change that.
He's a 6'5" Danny DeVito. Perfect. Danny DeVito.
You are a very dense 600 if you're 600 pounds as a monk. I mean, you could be a... You could...
No, he said 300.
300, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm 300. That doesn't make any sense.
Then I will change it. I don't know.
You could be a really fat monk, I suppose, but
Muscle weighs more than fat.
not what I was envisioning.
I don't know. Mike, how much do you weigh?
I weigh 300.
Oh. Okay.
We should not all be on a bridge.
I think I
at
weigh
the same
75.
time. That's what I'm learning.
I'm a hefty dragonborn.
Alright, well, I'm thin-ish. Alright, we'll continue.
I spend lots of time eating pizza rolls and studying.
So, you walk up. As you're walking up, you see this Loxodon elephant man standing in... speaking to a member of the tower, and... whoop! They disappear in the kind of teleportation elevator. And you guys all pile in, and the same member of the tower kind of pops down in front of you. And says, where are you guys trying to go?
We have a very important meeting with Sangmo.
Oh, alright, library it is. And he flicks the dial and you teleport and you're in that familiar, somewhat becoming familiar library space again. The smell of books and old stuff kind of... It's much livelier now than it was when you were here before. There seems to be just more people. It's not necessarily that something specific is happening, just people are here. And a group is kind of gathering and researching, and two people, I only want 2 people, can make a perception check if you'd like, for hearing, if you want to try to hear what they're talking about. But pick
I'll
who's...
do it.
Don't just do it, decide who's doing it quickly. You have 30 seconds.
I will do it.
I'll do it.
Alright,
yeah,
roll an Aaron it is. Perception check based on hearing. 18 and a 4. Alright. You hear, you don't hear exactly what they're all saying, but you do catch the phrase Lost City. So whatever this grouping of people is, they are researching the Lost City, and it seems so that's why they have been stirred into action. This Lost City has been brought up again. And they seem excited about it. You do catch a glimpse of the Loxodon man that you were... Or the Loxodon, don't know if it's a man. Loxodon character kind of veering off to the right as you step in. And he disappears behind a bookshelf, but he's in the same room as you guys if you choose to go seek him out.
What the heck was that? That
Was what?
giant gray thing.
Great. That's a little rude, but we could go ask him.
We've never
Or-
seen anything like that before, have you?
I mean, no.
I've seen a couple
but
at the school I was from.
Oh.
Not many.
What
They're
is
kind
it?
of rare.
Yeah, he's a Loxodon.
What is it?
It's a Loxodon? I would know what they're called, obviously, right?
Yeah, Loxodon.
Yeah, I would just say it's a Loxodon. There was a couple of them at the school that me and Beach had studied at, I believe.
Beach and I.
Tim and Beach had studied at, and they were there. They're kind of rare. I don't see too many out this way, but
Wasn't expecting that. That was great.
They don't do a lot of grammar at that school. It's okay.
So, are you guys kind of walking and talking right now, or are you just standing at the entrance to the elevator?
I was
I'm
standing at the entrance, apparently, because I didn't know I had to specify that I was walking. But yes,
All
I'm
right,
walking.
you don't have to specify. I'm asking what you were thinking you were doing.
Yes, I was going to be walking in towards the library, towards the center console, where I imagine we'd be able to summon Sangwum.
Sangmo?
Sangmo?
I don't know if we've summoned Sangmo. Let's ask around.
I
gonna
personally
walk
had
up
no
to the-
interest in following the big gray guy.
There's a couple people. I mean, there's people around, and so far, every time you've asked somebody in this library for information, they've happily given it to you. So
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the person closest to me and tap on their shoulder with my stick. Say, "Excuse me."
they kind of. Woo.
Yes, down here.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yes.
Where can I find Sangmo? We have a very important meeting.
Master. He didn't mention a meeting, but he's usually at the his
private.
desk. If you go, how familiar are you with the library?
Pretty familiar.
Oh, perfect. If you go past history, if you go past ancient history of the dwarves and take a right at the mythology of the demon realm, his desk is right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you just...
And then
He's-
I'm just gonna walk.
He's pointing in a direction as he says it. So there's a.
I'm gonna walk away and then walk in the direction he's loosely pointing, and then tap the next person I see.
You would sort of recognize that the direction he's pointing is where you last.
We talked
where
to him
you
at his
first
desk.
bumped into him at his at a desk. But yeah, you can tap another person.
No, I'll just not keep doing that, and I'll walk over to where his desk is.
Okay. You find it. You fairly easily remember your way there. You guys are
Brolin,
you and
whoever cares,
between
let's go.
you and Brolin, you're fairly knowledgeable and intelligent. Yeah. You find your way back, and you find the old man sitting at the desk talking to the Loxodon fellow. He stands as he sees you guys approach, and he goes, Obi, these fellows are Master, I'm sorry, Mr. Gnome.
I am Beach.
Beach, yes,
Wise
Master
Sage,
Beach.
stalwart protector
And,
of the forest.
The dragon.
Brolin.
Yes, Master Beach and Brolin. B&B, bed and breakfast. Yes.
No.
I would love some toast. Off topic, sorry.
Hi.
Mr.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you called?
My name is Aaron.
Miss Aaron. And there's another Dragonborn fellow now. Your name?
This is Shakul. He doesn't talk much.
Hello. I'm Shakul.
Are you a monk, if I recognize your garb correctly?
I nod.
Wait, I thought your monastery was all but wiped out. Are you kindred to that young fellow down who cleans the palace?
Yes, he's my younger brother.
our house now.
Fascinating. Yes, he did mention he found new living quarters. Quite interesting. Sorry, Obi, would you be so kind as to accompany these gentlemen to the restricted section? I assume that is why you've returned.
And woman. And woman. Hi.
Yes, if you can't tell, she is female, I believe.
It's okay, I'm still here, guys.
The beard threw me off, sorry.
Beard. Do you need glasses? Do you want me to find your glasses for you?
No, it's
no
just
beard.
like, it's not a beard, it's just like a 5 o'clock shadow. It's okay.
Absolutely not.
Obi, would you be so kind?
Of course. Please come this way.
Yeah, whatever.
So, Obi now leads you to the restricted section. brings up a set of keys and undoes 2 of the locks, and waves hands over, and some runes fade, and you can assume that those are magical locks, reinforcing this gate upon this restricted section. And he opens and motions for you to enter, closes the gate behind you all, and remains with you.
So Obi, how long have you worked here? Been here for a long time?
Oh, I've only more recently joined, but I've done work with them here and there in the past.
You do, for all of you to note, while he is wearing official tower-looking robes, they are not the blue and gold that you've seen on the Tower of Air members. It is a kind of sandy brown, and with where the blue that they wear is this sand kind of brown or sandy brown color, and where their gold embroidery is a brown, brown, like a deeper dark brown, like in
Mahogany?
Yeah, sure. Go with mahogany.
So you're some kind of intern here?
Oh, I've done some work I mostly work out of the Tower of Stone.
Can I tell if you're older or younger? I know that you got some scars, but can I tell if you're like very old or no?
Are you asking me, or are you like perception?
I'm just visually assessing, so I guess it would be perception.
I mean, you can
perception.
make him do a perception, or you can just choose to tell him.
I just want to know if you look old.
He looks very battle worn, so I think that, and very kind of scarred. So I think it might.
Loxodons are naturally wrinkly anyway, so
yeah,
even the younger ones. So it's
okay.
And given your limited interaction, you wouldn't have a good understanding of.
Yeah, like what old is for.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, that's not something I asked out loud. That was something I was just trying to visually assess.
People know that elves live to like 1,000 years plus, and dwarves live to about 500. But Loxodons are one of the not so known races. So
I'm gonna cut his trunk open and count the rings.
Oh my god.
Wow. Wow, that's racist.
How
That's
long are you
racist.
saving that Loxodon fun?
That's racist.
To be fair,
Racist.
Alright, calm down.
What's an elephant?
But no, I thought I would ask him what brought him up towards Peacewood.
Oh,
Have you been traveling for a long time, or?
Oh, I've been around. I mostly I transport the books from library to library occasionally.
So where are you from originally?
Oh, a small elven village close to the Tower of Stone. Doesn't
You don't
really
look
have
like
a
an elf.
name. I am not.
Alright, just checking. I mean, I'm not up on all my elf knowledge. I know we got one with us, but...
No,
Hey.
you're quite perceptive. I
No,
am
look at me.
Raptidon.
I give him a finger gun.
So wait,
Oh, yeah.
the Tower of Stone, that's in where? One of the forests, right?
Yes, the Southern Forest, or the more southern.
Interesting.
So, are you gonna be hanging out with us while we look for some books? Do you have any,
Do you want to be friends?
Sure. I'm always happy to help young minds find information.
Young. How old are you?
I am
That's rude to ask.
barely
Ages?
out of my adulthood.
I mean,
I
he
am
said young.
78. I understand
You're
you're probably old.
Well, yes, I am. Well, yes, I am.
I
Thank you.
was speaking to the other races, but yes, I am barely into my adulthood. I am 78.
Oh, okay. So
You don't look a
you've
day
seen your
over
share.
77.
Wow. You want to
Um,
kiss his butt some more?
So we
You
didn't
guys-
really come here looking for books. We were more hoping to ask Sangmo about something
we're
a little
looking for
personal, a little
Sangmo.
private.
Yeah.
No offense, Mr. Obi, was it?
Yeah, we.
Yes, I am Obadiah Taluma, and he'll do
What
like
do
a
you like
bow.
to go by?
Obi is just fine.
All right, great. Because I'm not gonna remember any of that.
You guys, as you guys kind of are standing and talking amongst yourselves, you look back at the gate, and Sangmo is kind of like grabbing the bars and peering in and listening. And he has like this really excited look on his face, like he's waiting for you guys to do something, and he's just like,
Sangmo, come on in here. We got
Come on
something
in
cool
here,
for
buddy.
you.
"Oh!"
So you
And
want to
he-
come in?
He quickly does the same motions that Obi did and releases the magical locks and the physical ones too with just his hands, and comes through and recloses them. He goes, "Yes, is this about
The whole Lord of Void
The-
stuff? Yeah.
the
I'm
book?"
gonna
that
as you guys
I-
do that, I'm gonna give him the whole like hand across the neck, like don't say anything.
To who?
I'm gonna be doing that to Sangmo, being like, hey, when he starts saying, "Oh, is this about the?"
He just says, "Is this about what we looked into before? The Lord of Void and the Frost Realm?"
Yes, it is. And the Drakeem of the Shadow, and I think we told you
Yes.
we found some artifacts.
Yes. Ha!
Well, we
Did
bought
you
them.
bring them with you? Fascinating. Fantastic.
Brolin?
Can I see them?
Yeah, Brolin's
Yeah,
got them in his
I'll,
pockets.
I'll grab the pistol that Beach had given me earlier. Did you gave it to me still, right? Like I'm just
Yeah,
holding it on.
yeah, you
to
got
it.
the black
Okay.
one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take out the black one and I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna
Before,
unwrap it
as
a
you're
little bit.
as you're extending it without hesitation, he reaches forward and snatches it from you, and he just starts like holding it between
there,
two
buddy.
fingers and like running over it super
Okay,
close to his
okay,
face,
alright.
and he's like
Simmer
looking
down.
at every detail. He brings up this small thing from his pocket, and it seems like a crystal on one side with a metal cylinder and a crystal on the other side, and he brings it up closer and he looks at you through it, and his eye looks enormous in this device, and he closes his top and bottom eyelid over it and then releases it, and it stays there.
It like fits into his eyeball.
It fits over his eye.
Oh, okay.
And then he just goes, he's just like looking at details, and he's like, fascinating. This carving, it's not, this inlay, it's not a carving at all, is it?
Yeah, if we think it's bone, the black stuff. So we have another pistol just like that, but the black
no,
stuff
we don't.
is white.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Oh, calm down, we do. But we're not gonna give it to you.
He's one of us.
If you touch him at the same time, you get like
You die.
possessed, and somebody
Die.
says, "Release me" or something. I don't know. Release me.
Interesting.
It's pretty
This
pretty cool.
black,
And then you feel all funny and all tingly, and like you hurt your friends. It's
the
not
black bone inlaid onto this flintlock. Did any of you able to recognize what it is?
Nope.
No, I
It's
think
bone.
That's why we're bringing it to
We
you.
thought it was black bone of some sort.
good. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what it is?
I know exactly what it is, but I
Speak up.
think. Obi, would you care to tell the class?
He'll take out like a small little monocle and look at it and say, "Well, I believe it is demon bone."
Yes, correct.
Great.
Oh,
This is demon bone. You said you have another. I understand the touching whole time thing bad. Here, Master Brolin, you take this one. Could I, please? I won't take it from you since it bothers you so much, Lady Aaron. But can I see it?
It doesn't bother me. I just don't want you to like shoot
Well-
your eye out with it.
You can shoot your eye out.
I'm stronger
Here.
than I look.
All right,
Good
all right.
luck.
Here, I'm gonna hand it to him.
Okay.
Can I take the other? You said you handed it to me or to Beach or whoever.
He handed it back to you because you were the
Right.
one with your hand out.
I'm just gonna throw
Or
it.
who handed it to
tuck
him?
it back in to my coat.
He takes the other one and he's looking over it, Interesting. The bones on this one are...
Let me guess, they're angel bones.
No, not... That would be stupid. Human bones, but...
What?
They're blessed. That's why they're so white. They haven't decayed at all as a normal human bone might.
So what do you think would have blessed that? A celestial?
Possibly. It's very powerful. Very powerful blessing indeed. It could be multiple high-ranking mages blessing the same archer. You said that when you touched them both, something took you over, yes?
Yeah, I got possessed and I tried to shoot my friends.
Right.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
saw it.
It was not funny at all.
Where did
scary.
you... Now, did this thing that took you over, did the voice that came from the pistol, you said it told you to release it, yes, Master Beach?
Yeah, that's what we heard. It kind of crawled on the ground by itself for a while.
Interesting. Was
Yeah,
it
the pistol did.
inky black tendrils?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, Brolin, show him the book.
And
There's a
I'll
book.
take out the book,
There's a book.
and I will open up the book, and I will show him.
Yeah, it was just a casual gift from the King of Thieves, you know.
No
All
big
right, all
deal.
right, maybe. Screw that part
He
out.
takes
We're
it
pretty
and
connected.
he flips through this book, and he's notes that there are demon and human bones both inlaid onto this. As I said when it was first introduced, it has a similar bone over or inlay on the covering, but it's black. There's some are black, some are white. He opens and flips through the pages, and he goes, "Interesting. The latter page is blank, as I'm sure you know, but this first page, I don't recognize this language.
Don't worry.
that's
Brolin
not
could
entirely-
translate.
I
can read it out if you want.
Yeah.
recognize it, but I have no clue what it says. Is that... one moment." And he goes over to one of the shelves in this restricted section.
Okay, because we don't have a
Um,
translator right here.
He pulls out a different book, and he comes over, and on the front of this book is a single vertical grouping of symbols that are identical to what's in this page. Does that make sense?
Yeah, same
So
language.
it's like written instead of side to side, it's written up and down.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
written...
That's how the book
Japanese-
was written too.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's vertically.
You just pull out his abyssal dictionary.
Okay. got it.
Well, you guys would know it's not abyssal. It's something nobody recognizes.
Oh, or whatever.
Yes.
I thought you said that.
All right, and he reads it.
He doesn't read it. He stated he doesn't know how to read this language. But
Okay.
he recognized the symbols as the same as on this book.
All right, so let's take this book and give it to Brolin. Maybe he could read it.
Sangmo, do you know what language this is?
It's believed by myself after studying this one, and he opens the one with the vertical writing across it, and it's just page after page of this similar vertical, unrecognizable writing. Brolin, he's kind of flipping through it too quick for you to get any grasp of what's on the page, but it looks like words to you,
Okay.
but you can't read them because he's flipping too quick.
He's going too fast. Yeah.
He says, "We believe it to be some sort of... It's not quite... It's not abyssal. It's not demon or fiend speak. We think it's the language of the great old ones in the far realm. Some believe that deep speech is their language, but I think that this is their true form of communication amongst each other. It's primordial. It's before time.
Gotta
Only they understand this. Does that... You understand what I'm saying? None of our scholars have ever been able to read this book, but we've kept it here because, well, the man who came closest to understanding or learning what this said went quite mad. So we put it where people can't touch.
Brolin?
Yeah, Brolin? You wanna...
Sorry.
You don't have to. I just.
I will. No, I'll open it up and I will.
All right.
Read it. But can I also ask him to see the book that he has in his hand?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I just didn't want to blow up your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Sangmo if I could take a look at that book that he has.
He's hesitant. As I never refuse a desire to learn, but as I said before, exercise caution. And he hands you the book.
Absolutely.
You cannot remove it from the restricted section, however. And I will be remaining here while that book is in your possession.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna not read, but skim through to see if there's any any grasp of what I can get is with what is in this book. You know what I mean? If you opened up a Harry Potter book and you flip through, you could understand that it's about witches and wizards or something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Some of the pages seem to be similar to the one page in the book you already have.
Yep.
It all seems to be written in a verse and prose style, where it's all almost poetic typing. Some of it details or gives details to the home of the beasts, or the great old ones, such as that I named last week. I can't.
Yes.
I can't find them. I'm sorry.
There's Dune, the Chain God, that which lurks.
Yes, those guys.
Lord of Void. Yeah.
The Lord of Void. It details their initial. Some of them are. It almost seems to be song almost praise to their great how powerful they are, where they began from, and how it mentions the Lord of Void. One page in particular that you kind of stop on mentions the Lord of Void being the alpha.
Okay.
Kind of above the others.
Okay.
It's sort of a book of...
Yeah, it's pretty much like their doings. Yeah. It's kind of like the Bible stories of these things.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, and I'm not going to ask for too much detail because I don't expect you to have tons and tons of that stuff.
I've written a little bit, but not enough to just start spitting it at you right
Just
now.
read the whole book. I read the whole book.
If there's anything of note, you can send that to me whenever. But
yeah.
I will keep that involved, and I'll be I'll flip through it, and I'll hand it back to him, and I'll be oh, I'm definitely going to have to take a look at that. That seems weirdly intriguing to me.
Oh. Wait, are you suggesting you can actually read this?
Yeah. I'll just say yeah.
What? I
haven't encountered anything that I can't quite read yet.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard of such a thing, but I've never come across a scholar so fortunate. It's a blessing. You are meant for something great if you have this ability. Does anyone else in this party have any fantastical abilities they'd like to share?
Well, Beach can talk to trees.
Yep.
And that's about it.
New?
I mean, Shakul has a whole bunch of powers that he still hasn't told us about, so there's that.
Interesting.
He
Aaron can turn
he
into a
punches.
dinosaur.
Yeah, I can turn into a whole bunch of animals. That's about all.
Well, that's pretty standard druid stuff, but
Oh, okay. Well, fuck me, right?
I can't do it. I love it.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah. But you call
I
me a
haven't
guy.
seen-
Okay.
Calm
Whatever.
down, Aaron.
Anyway, the
Salty
ability
AF.
is this. Have you always had this?
I'm going to lie and say as far back as I can remember.
Deception check.
Dun 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 dun.
My memory's not very good, but as far back as I can remember, I've been able to do this.
Very well, Master Brolin. Very well.
So, if you don't mind me asking,
What does?
what do you know about this ability?
Well, it's somewhat
I'm gonna clear
legendary.
my throat very loudly.
It's
Hmm?
somewhat legendary among the towers. It's said that anyone with this gift would be the greatest scholar, able to unlock secrets others could not. So,
Well, look at you, Brolin. Look at you.
if you don't mind my asking, what does the front of this book say?
Oh. Oh.
I'm assuming Brolin doesn't
Butts.
laugh like that, but
No,
Mike
he
does.
doesn't. Brolin does not laugh maniacally like he's hiding a secret. He. Fuck. He's like. Fuck it. It says unholy. Fuck it.
What?
The front of the cover says unholy. It's definitely something that's deserves a little bit of caution when going into it, and as one that likes to gain as much knowledge as possible, Sengmo, I know that you are very cautious with stuff like this, so
Yes,
if you ever need help,
extraordinarily so, given the outcome of the last student I let touch this book.
the last
unsupervised.
student that you let touch this book, who was
Yes,
that?
Yeah, he went crazy.
as I said, he went quite mad. But anyway, I am not objecting to. I do not object to you researching and reading this, but I will be there when you do so, and I would very much like to hear what the book has to say. Now, as for your book, could you tell me what this says? I assume everyone knows.
Yes, everyone does know, and I will read it out loud. I don't have the exact wording in front of me.
Yeah, no worries.
But I will read it out loud word for word to him.
So that's where you heard of the Lord of... I have something I would like to try.
I'm all for experiments. Does anyone
Roland.
oppose?
Aaron,
Yep.
first... Here. He takes... And he goes to the center table where there's a crystal is kind of hovering. And he taps it and it raises up. And you see kind of a shimmering magic float around and kind of encase this table in a dome. And he motions to you, Brolin, to kind of come forward. And he's place the book, just the book, on the center of the table.
And I will do so.
All right. It is your belonging, after all. So, is it all right if I open it?
Yes.
He opens to the first blank page.
Mhm.
Who has the black pistol?
And I will pull it out of my cloak,
May I?
and I will hand it to him.
Thank you. He takes it and he hesitates, takes a deep breath, and then puts the pistol on top of the pages.
Wait, I have a question.
No fucking
do you
way.
think this is? Do you think this is gonna summon Lord of Void? Like, do you have any
probably
idea
not.
what you're gonna do?
Certainly hope not, but
Well,
I'm testing
This
something.
is a learned man. He has all the information that we have now, and I feel like he has just as much, if not more, of an idea of what he's doing than we do. So I
Yes.
trust him.
It's all right. I will explain. The picture on the first page, when you read it, it moved. We all saw, yes,
yep.
and that's done that every time, I presume.
Yeah, it drips out black, inky
Blood.
Yes.
Poop.
I believe that. The picture itself contains the two pistols, so the items, I think, are all linked, and I simply wonder what would happen if they all came in contact together.
Let's do it.
Really bad things, like people getting possessed.
No,
and-
because the
Aaron,
wording
stop being
on
a
the
puss.
book-
Hand over the pistol.
Oh my god.
The wording on the. Also,
well,
hold
hold
on.
on.
Hypothetically, if we do release this Lord of Void, he
We're
might
gonna
owe us
die.
a favor.
I don't think Lord of Void works that way. I think it's gonna be more darken the land with madness, ruin the houses of men, mountains melt in
Mountains
sadness.
melting-
Yeah, great. I'm all for it.
As you guys are kind of watching and talking, you do notice some on the pages as the pistol is sitting, the tendrils that reloaded the pistol prior and dragged this pistol across the floor begin to kind of slowly stretch across the pages and kind of gently caress them. And as they wipe across the pages, it's almost like when it's almost like someone's erasing on a whiteboard.
Okay.
Really, but like super cleanly. And as it slides across, instead of removing anything, words appear and a second picture. Where in the first page, the picture was on the left and the words were to the right. This second page is reversed, in the picture being on the right and the words on the left. And as the pages finish filling, the tendrils retreat back into the gun, and it is now there. Obi, you've never seen this before, and I will let you decide as to how you will react to such a thing.
He's not indifferent, but he's just kind of like stoically watching all this happen.
This tendrils
just
coming
kind of-
out of a weapon. First, demon bone is not a common material. First, and tendrils coming out of a weapon is something you definitely have never seen before.
Oh yeah, he has his notebook and he is like just watching and writing, like,
Okay.
robotically.
Are they moving? So, do they go back into the guns after they had written on the book?
Just only the demon bone is there right now. He didn't put the human bone there.
Okay.
So just the one pistol did this,
Okay.
and it's now resting there.
Would he mind if I grab the pistol to put it away? Or does he still need it? I'm gonna try to reach the pistol to like put it away. I don't want to.
You attempt to reach the pistol, and the shimmering field, your hand can't pass through it.
Oh shit.
He sees what you're going for, though. Oh, yes, and he lifts the weapon up, but he doesn't quite pull it out of the field yet because he waits to see if the newfound things disappear or not. And after he's confident that they're staying, they're there for good, he does kind of, without looking, hands it back to you.
I'll wrap it back up and tuck it back away, and I'll ask if we could do the same thing with the white pistol. Maybe there's more that we can learn from this book.
What the heck was
I
that?
mean,
I have no idea.
what?
I was trying to copy and paste something, and I ended up trying to call Ethan.
he dropped from the call and then tried to call me individually. I was like, why is my headset ringing?
I guess we could. I mean,
Repeat. Somebody asked something. I didn't catch it because my headset was ringing. What was that? Sorry.
I had wrapped up the pistol and put it back away in my cloak, and I had asked Aaron if we could try the same thing with the white pistol, because maybe there's more we can learn from this book.
I mean, yeah. I guess it's a controlled environment. Let's go.
That seems to be like a protective shield that he had put it in, right? And I would point to him to ask if I was correct. I point to Sengmo to ask.
Well, I think perhaps the second pistol would. Well, there's only one way to find out, I suppose. Miss Aaron.
Okay. Let's just all die.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, if the demon bone pistol revealed this page, maybe the blessed pistol will reveal the next page. But
what happens if you put the blessed one on the demon page?
It's worth trying if I'm game if you are.
I mean, let's try the blessed page first and then try the other page after.
Do you mean the one that we already have writing on first?
Well, he said the blessed page. Let's do the white
blessed
pistol.
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 Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, well, I mean, let's fuck it. Yeah, let's go.
No, new page, blessed pistol.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Hit
what
it,
I'm saying.
Sangmo.
Let's do it.
All right.
Here you go.
He reaches through the barrier, flips the page, takes the white one, places it in the center. The tendrils do a similar thing, where they kind of spread out, but whereas the demon bone pistol was very kind of. I don't know if has anybody ever seen the movie Life with Ryan Reynolds
Nope.
and Jake Gyllenhaal?
Nope.
No.
References help me then.
Sorry.
Whereas it kind of moved across the page and like almost slug-like, not in that not slowly per se, but it drags across and it erases. It's slow moving. They were slow moving. This white pistols are very rapid and sporadic, and they're not always touching the page. They kind of flap up and are a little more wild.
Okay.
Eventually, they kind of all do settle onto the page. And instead of wiping things away, they begin to, in different points, almost write and seem to and like ink appear. It's as if they're writing all at the same time in different spots, and half of them are drawing and half of them are writing. And
In what
again,
language?
it's the
Can
same
you, like,
language.
recognize it?
It's nothing that you recognize, or nothing that you could read. Brolin would be able to read it. But it's again, you get the left side writing and the right side, or the same as the first one. Left side picture, right side writing. So it's been alternating each time.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it kind of seems to, instead of wiping it away, it's sketching it all out.
Okay. Golan, can you read that?
Yeah, both pages. And what are the pictures?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah. So this is challenging part.
Okay. You can
Sorry. Take your
send
time.
it to me in Discord, and I can do it with
No,
it when I
'cause-
will. Just kidding.
I haven't quite finished the third one.
Okay, no problem.
The
Oh.
That's
second,
fine.
the pictures, though, I worked more on the pictures than I did the wording. So forgive me for that.
No problem.
The picture on the second one is it's the same humanoid figure cloaked, but instead of stepping through a portal, he's walking along a ocean bed. There's kelp
So
kind of rising up around him, and urchins and a shark or some sort of fish swimming behind him, and this image is moving right now. As you look at it, even though you're not reading the words, it seems to move more fervently than the first one ever did.
Okay.
Um,
Is there anything pouring out of the book?
Nothing's pouring out, but it's also laying down.
Okay, good point.
Whereas every time you've read the first page, you've been holding it kind of upright. But he kind of seems to just be walking along, and you notice as he's going along this ocean floor, he is still holding both of the weapons in either hand. His face is shrouded in darkness, and it seems to be, it's almost, instead of what you would expect to be a loop of imagery where you see the same coral pass every 10 seconds, it never repeats.
Oh.
It is constantly a different location, and being as it's an ocean floor, it's not somewhere you guys would recognize.
Lost City!
I know, I was about to say that. Like, do you think this could be what everyone's talking about, the Lost City?
Well, it is. Supposedly, the Lost City did fall to the ocean floor, but he's not walking through a city. He's just walking.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
walking
and this
through
is
the
probably
ocean.
much older.
Does anyone?
So
do you know how long
what
ago
do you-
the Lost City supposedly fell?
If my memory is correct, it's about 1,500 years ago.
And do you
What
know
exactly-
how long demons and celestials walked the earth?
They've
Oh.
been here far longer than any of us more.
Yeah.
Do you... Go ahead.
The great old ones are older than them.
Yeah. That's true. And this,
Is-
the Lord of
if-
Void is a great old
If this is some sort of emissary of the void entering our realm, my best guess is that this indicates, the first picture indicates the emissary's entry.
Mhm.
The second picture indicates,
His passage,
Well-
his travel.
we're assuming, right? We are assuming that this underwater location is the same or similar to the location of our lost city. But I think that this imagery predates the time the city sank. And so perhaps he entered where the lost city currently rests, walked along the ocean until he came to land, but the only way to know that would be to watch this picture for God knows how long.
Sounds
Now,
like I have
what
some
do you-
watching to do.
What do you think will happen if we put the white pistol on the first page?
The first page being the portal page, or the first page being this ocean floor walk?
The portal page.
We could
What
find
happens if we introduce this blessed item into the demonic item? You know what I mean?
Well,
Will that give
the page that the demon pistol revealed was this ocean floor walk. The portal page has always been there,
Yeah.
as far as you know. So are you talking
Yeah.
about which page are you talking about?
The page that he put the black pistol on.
Okay, so the ocean floor walk page.
Yes.
Well, we can try. He does take the pistol and puts it on there. But there's no response this time.
Weird.
What's the picture on the third page?
Picture on the third page is the same man, kind of. He's standing on the summit of a mountain. Snow is kind of blowing around him and flowing his cloak. His back is to you. You can still see the white pistol in his left hand as his back is turned, but the cloak is blowing in such a way that it blocks the right hand. The snow.
Let's put it on the third page.
Even though snow is sort of whipping around him, you can see the horizon, not clearly. There's no distinct landmarks, unfortunately. But he's standing on a mountaintop, overlooking something.
Oh my god, this is fascinating. Can we try to keep going? There's a lot of blank pages in here.
There's one more blank page. This is a 4-page book.
Oh, I thought it was like a full.
No,
it's just 4
I
pages.
thought I said that, and if I didn't, I apologize.
I might have.
You definitely said it to me.
Okay.
I was aware
Roland
that
has
was-
all the secrets. Doesn't tell anybody.
There's no secrets. I think I
So-
thought you said that one. But I
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Um,
Yeah, Sangmo, want to try the last page?
Yeah, let's go.
We've tried the black. Tried the demon pistol. We've tried the blessed pistol.
Should we try both of them together?
Oh yeah.
Let's
We're
try
gonna die.
one. Let's try one at a time.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Please, one at a time. Don't hold them at the same time.
He kind of reaches his hand, holds his hand out to you, and as you put the demon pistol away, waiting for you to either give it back or
Did he take the white one out?
the white one is on the table next to the book. It's not in his hand though.
Yeah, we're doing
Oh,
both.
I will put the black one in his hand.
All right.
We're about to summon as a demon, motherfucker.
He takes the black and places it on to the left page, and then lets go completely. Reaches over and takes the white and puts it onto the right page. And at first, nothing seems to be happening. They're not responding. But after a patient and almost agonizing full minute, the tendrils do finally start to appear.
Question? Sorry,
Yeah.
I just
Appear
I didn't
from
make
where?
note of this.
The guns.
Yeah. Just because I didn't make note of this, were those the pages that he put the black and the white one on, where they were the same pages that well, not the same pages, but the same left and right that the person in the pictures had the guns in their hand? Like, black on left, white on right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Thank you.
Good catch. So he places as they kind of sit there and the tendrils start to emerge, the white one flailing and the black one kind of slugging across the ground. Some of the tendrils start touch, and when they touch, they wrap each other up, and they kind of twist around each other, and they pull themselves together so that the two guns are touching now.
Mega pistol.
Brenda.
And they lift up. They lift themselves up above this book, and all the tendrils from both guns start to kind of furiously scribble and swipe and slide across this page, or the two pages.
Yeah.
And there are no words on the final page. It's just one big continuous picture. It's like the centerfold of a maggot.
Nice.
After the pages finish, the tendrils almost instantaneously just back in, and the pistols drop, and they were actually high enough up that when they hit, they kind of bounce and slide off to the sides, and one of them falls to the floor. They're still
Which
in
one
this
falls to the floor?
black.
Okay.
I'll grab it.
They're still in the dome, but they are on the floor.
Okay.
What's the picture?
So wait, can I reach the black one even though it's in the dome, or is the dome like? I don't
Last
understand
time
what
you
the
tried to
dome
touch,
is.
last time you tried to push, the dome is just kind of this shimmering field that seems to be emanating from this crystal that
Okay.
Sangmo set up.
So Sangmo
the
can
table?
reach through it.
Yeah, it seems to be just a protective barrier to keep this experiment contained
Understood.
if the worst happens. The final picture that is presented to you in this book shows the hooded figure standing, black pistol in left hand and white pistol in right. And he's standing on a plains, no longer on a mountain, and it's kind of behind again and down, and it's looking to the sky. And in the center of the sky of this picture is just a giant tear, and humongous, or what you assume to be humongous, tentacles and tendrils and inkiness are reaching through this, and just barely at the center starting to poke through. This image is not moving, but
Okay.
starting to poke through. You see nostrils, which you would recognize to be a nose of some kind, and the start of a mouth, like a dragon's snout, or a dinosaur's snout. It's scaly, but it's inky and slimy, and it's dripping. The teeth are black, but there's not much more revealed about this giant creature.
What position is the guy in?
He's standing and looking up at this thing.
What are his arms? His arms just down by his side?
Yeah. He stands kind of stoically and almost the same. He almost is always in the same position. And he always holds the black pistol in the left hand and the white in the right hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's looking up at this gigantic thing coming through a hole in the sky.
Guys, this is by far the coolest book I've ever read.
So, Sangmo, does this make any sense to you?
Well, let's take a closer look. And he reaches up and he touches the crystal and drops the field, and he kind of moves in closer with his observation lens and kind of leans over and starts to examine the book closely. The blackest demon pistol is still on the floor, and the blessed pistol is on the table to the right. If anyone wants to carry.
I will grab the black pistol and put it back into my cloak.
I'm gonna try to grab it before Beach does. Before Brolin does. And I'm
If he's that bad, I'm not...
Contested athletics check.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm also much closer to the ground.
Brolin is a little bit closer to the pistol, and he somewhat quickly reaches down and gets his hand on it and picks it up, and as he's doing so, Beach dives and on to where the pistol was, and then looks up at Roland and is just like,
I just get off and dust myself off like nothing happened.
I will wrap up the pistol and then hand it to Beach.
Ah, thank you. I put it in my bag.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna grab the white pistol and tuck it away.
okay. While this is all going on, Sangmo is just poring over this book and the images. And he's looking for anything that might tell him where he's looking. Flips back to the mountaintop page, and kind of as it's moving and the snow is swirling, he's kind of looking over and seeing if he recognizes anything. And he flips back to the last picture, and as he's scanning, he does stop and he goes, right here. Do you see this river?
Yeah.
And as you all kind of come closer and around the book, you see to the right of this figure standing is a sizable river cutting through underneath the creature coming through the top to the tear in the sky. This, if I'm not, it's hard to tell. I believe that this is right by the College of the Higher Races.
Wait, that's where you guys studied, right?
Nope.
No.
We went to the lower races.
Oh, never mind. Just kidding.
It's okay.
It sounded familiar.
It's not far off, though.
Thanks, guys.
Do you
Made me
see
feel a little
the
bit
kind?
better.
Do you see the way that the current, not the current? I'm sorry. The way the river itself bends around, and this, almost in the edge of the horizon, this small clustering of mountains. Off to the right here. You see this?
Yeah?
I'm looking intently at this page. This guy has my full attention in this book.
He brings up. He kind of produces a map from his cloak, Ex Machina style, because they need a map. And he points. He says, "I can't help but think that it's this section here." And he I just outlined it for you guys.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
See the way the river bends, and then where the mountains are positioned. It's remarkably similar, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this might be the final location.
The final location or the location
Of
that's on top
what?
of the map?
Final
location.
Final location indicated in the book, at least.
Yeah, the
So,
one with the
what do
big
you
dragon
think?
god
We should just-
coming through the hole in the sky.
I'm not
You think
quite...
we should just go there?
Well... Perhaps the best idea is to follow this unknown traveler's journey, starting with the portal.
So
Have
where's
we
the
seen a
portal
portal
from?
I imagine
Is
if
a
we just
portal-
went to that plane, that field, it would just be a field. We could act it out and stand there and like
Oh,
No, I mean the
Feel
portal.
cool.
The portal is that giant crater located over by like a little like southwest of the Mist of Moors, right?
that's the
Hellmouth.
Hellmouth.
Where the hell? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting everything all mixed up.
No, you're fine.
So where's the portal located?
Well, that's just it. We're not sure. But
So do you think
maybe
we can
Aaron-
backtrack?
That is a good idea. Perhaps starting from the end is not not the wrong way to do things. We are fairly close.
So do you have any like literature about like where like around the portal was? Like do you have any books about the portal that we
About
could
any
read?
portals.
Any of the portals?
I'm afraid not. There are some books and rumors and legends of things coming through the far realm in such a manner as this, but the exact locations is, well, it's, for one, it's not always the same place, and for two, it's not always clear.
Well, I
I
mean,
think-
that's word of mouth. That's what happens.
Right. Backtracking might not be such a bad idea, but...
Well, we
Do you
also
think
did just
this
commit
has-
to a whole thing with the Empress.
But I mean, which one is more important?
Probably the thing with the Empress. I think we're the
Well,
only ones
she
who know
has-
about this.
She has plenty of people to work for her to go figure out this whole thing that's going on with her and the city, the Lost City.
I'd
think
say this
that
would be
as
more of a
long as-
wild goose chase. Let's
Not
Do what we
necessarily.
I
Not
think that
necessarily.
this
We
one-
don't know what happens if we get there, and
Exactly.
then there's a whole bunch of other things.
Aaron,
Yeah.
I think that this might be a more intriguing thing, but as of right now, I believe we have all the tools to control this one. Like, we have the 2 guns in the book. The Lost City, although the Lost City isn't really going anywhere either.
Exactly. They don't know where the Lost City is. They have no information about the Lost City besides the fact that it's underwater. That's all they got going for them.
Well, they know where it is. They said it was the northern.
Yeah, they know where it is.
outlook
They know-
for the elves. They know where
It was strongly suggested that Xerneas knows where it is.
This is 4 locations that we have no idea where they are, and also we have the clue that maybe this person that was walking underwater might be near where the Lost City was.
Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone, and it's
Yeah.
the first location in the book.
But also, didn't Sangmo just say that where he was walking underwater is like far before where
It
when the
was
Lost City was
before- it
created?
was-
Well, yeah, we're not going to go back in time.
No
Chronologic.
shit. Okay.
Chronologically.
But it was an area that they might have been. We might be able to find clues there about this.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to abandon this, but
Yeah, no, trust
No,
me.
no, I know that. I know that. I don't think that you guys are just gonna give up hope on this because we've been fascinated by these fucking pistols for. since we
pretty
got
much,
them.
As long as we knew you.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I really do want to like get to the end of this, and I wanna try to find this endpoint so we can backtrace. If it does cross paths, that'd be awesome.
what do you think? What would we
But,
find
I
if we
mean-
backtracked?
Anything. We could find anything. We can
Anything?
We could find all of the stuff that involves like the 7 kingdoms, like all the
Like
all
what?
that
Like
stuff.
a book or more
The
pistols?
Celestials. Like we could find the Celestials. Like we could find literally anything. Any more artifacts that we found like in the tomb with Robo Butler. Like we can find all that stuff. Things that what? What?
So anyway, Sangmo, thank you so much for your help.
What I'm saying is, we can find a lot of things. We can find even more ruins that nobody else has like found. We could be like the best people in the entire world. People would bow at our feet. Beach, you like would love that. You would eat that up. So I'm just saying.
I see. You're really just
You can write a whole
pouring
book
out
on
all
it.
your dreams and aspirations right now. I say
I'm really excited about the pistols.
we
okay? I'm
stick
more
to what we
excited
said
about
we
the
were going to
pistols.
do an hour ago.
It's always.
I'm
good to
more
have
excited
you.
about the pistols than I am anything else.
I can tell. And I pat Aaron on the back and we'll get to it. We'll get all excited. I think what you need is
I need a spa.
nice
I need a
afternoon
spa day.
in the spa.
At the spa. I need to go relax. I need a drink of mead. Let's go.
Sangmo, anything else you got for us before we head out? I think we're actually going to be seeking out this lost city for the Empress soon. Everyone's talking about it. I guess people know already.
I thought you were going to invite him to the spa too.
Right? That's what I thought.
No.
We'd be sitting at the
One
spa.
wrinkly old dude's enough.
Okay.
Oh, I can think of his reasons.
Ew.
All right. That's an image. So, you guys are pretty much concluded your business here, I think, or unless there's something else you guys wanted
I'm
to do.
going to make sure that I pack up this book and put it in my bag.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm not leaving that in this little shield thing. No offense to Sangmo, who's been nothing but helpful.
Yeah, Sangmo, you're really great.
Yeah, thank you so
yes.
much for.
We're gonna.
Thank you all for the opportunity. This was remarkable and
10
fascinating.
out of 10.
Oh,
10 out of
anything we
10.
find, we're gonna bring right back to you.
Absolutely, and if you need
I
help
look
with that
forward
other
to it.
book,
Yes, we must sit down and go over some of that at least.
Yeah.
Having someone who could read it is just
at your
Wonderful.
service, and I'll give you now.
outside of game, Mike. Are we going to say that you read these other two passages
Yes.
aloud in this setting, or did you want to keep this to yourself?
Well, I would have. I didn't do it because I thought you were saying not to bother with it because you didn't write it yet.
Right, that's why I'm bringing it up on.
But I most certainly would have said
He would have asked about it.
that
Yeah.
Brolin should read the passages just like I asked.
Okay, I will finish them and polish them up because I want them to be good quality and not just hastily thrown together for you guys. And get them to post them in the Discord for everybody to read since you guys all were there.
I wasn't gonna stress the situation because I knew you hadn't written them all completely out yet, and
Yeah.
I didn't.
I wrote one. I don't like it, so I'm not posting it.
Okay.
For Jeff's sake, since you read this out loud, I posted in the Discord, Jeff, what the first page says.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, so.
Oh,
you guys-
I also will invite Obi-Wan to the spa, to the. Why can't I think of what it's goddamn called? Yes, Hot
Thank
Springs. Thank
Called
you.
Hot Springs.
I can't think of Hot
That's a
Springs.
hard name.
I don't
all right.
know. All I want to say is spa.
So, you guys conclude your business, and as you are departing the library, there's still kind of a group gathering of tower members, kind of discussing different, and each one with a different scroll and a book, and talking about the lost city and what they could find, what would be useful, and if anyone's going to be accompanying Devlin. And Devlin's there, and he's grumpily, like, just surrounded by people and not happy about it at all, and people are pushing on him like, make sure you find this. Oh, if they have one of these, bring it back for me. And he sees you guys and he goes, oh, my party's here. Pardon me, excuse me. Brolin, you said you needed help with a thing, right?
Yeah,
yes?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Cool. Great. Let's go. He kind of walks with you guys, and he's kind of like, quickly.
And I'm hurrying along.
You all get into the elevator, and people are coming up behind you and pushing and trying to get to him, and he's just like, yeah, I've got it, understood, and he just hits the button on the elevator as you guys all get in. I fucking hate those people.
You seem like quite the celebrity right now.
Everybody wants to be going on this quest. I want to go on this quest. I just wish they hadn't told the others.
Well, I mean, it is pretty intriguing. I'm not gonna lie. Anything that is named the Lost City has piqued my interest to no end.
Hey, Devlin, when do we plan on heading out?
Well, the General Sarge and Kershite said they'd need at least 3 days to prepare, so I suppose you have that long. I'm ready to go whenever I pack quite light, and 3 days from now, I suppose.
It
Alright.
just dawned on me. Is Obi with us right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, what up?
No offense, but why?
I
Like-
invited him to the hot springs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. We were so secretive about like everything else, and then we just did all this stuff in front of Obi.
Obi's kind of like a wallflower. Like he just blends in with the background.
He really does.
Yeah,
I mean-
Obi's a real. Did we leave Shakul back there somewhere?
No, Shakul is with you guys.
Yeah, I just
Sangmo had Obi with you guys, and it seems to be a trusted compatriot to
Okay.
Sangmo himself. So that's
yeah, Roland. We didn't have time for secrecy. I wanted to learn about this stuff.
He was
Yeah,
your
but-
original guide he was your original supervisor for the restricted section. So when
Yeah.
you started doing things, he
Yeah.
wasn't dismissed or anything.
Okay.
I can keep a
Okay.
secret.
Can you?
Yes.
I'm pointing at him with my finger guns drawn.
And what's he gonna do? Telling everybody that we
Tell
got
me a
magic
secret you've
guns
never
and
told
we're
anybody.
No.
summoning Lord of the Void?
Oh,
No one's gonna
good.
care.
He's real good. All right. Look, that was a test. You passed it.
So,
Sorry.
all right. So we all head to. Is there anybody who wanted to do anything before the spa? I'd say you probably spent about an hour total up there, and it was about. I think I said 2 o'clock when you went up, so it'd say 3-ish now. And I believe you told Captain Feldra and Peleus you were going to the spa for like 5:36.
I'm happy. I'm happy with
I
a
wanna go
long
back-
afternoon at the spa.
I was gonna say I want to go like back to the house. See if what's his name? What the hell is the servant dude's name? He's not a servant, but what's
Not a servant.
Shakul's brother?
what's
Little
Shakul's
brother.
brother's name?
As far as you
I
guys
think he's just
know,
little
Your
brother.
brother.
Yeah, it's just
Little brother.
Oh, okay, it's Lil Bro. Lil Bro. Okay, I'm gonna see if Lil Bro is there.
Also, Brolin has legitimately no interest in going to the spa, so he will do anything else.
I will say that I'm heading directly to the hot springs. I also do not feel the need to roleplay an afternoon at the hot springs. So I'm content with just saying that we went there and had a good time. And
Okay.
I feel like
Don't
Aaron
want
is
to
really
roll for
hoping
dick
to
size?
roleplay.
I literally just want to go to the house to see Lil Bro and invite him to the hot springs. That's the only reason why I want to go back to the house.
Okay.
you're inviting
So-
a servant?
For the sake of
He's not a servant.
He's not a servant.
He's Shakul's brother. Only living relative.
All right, I'm sorry.
true. For now. For the
Is he
sake of
there or not?
he's there, you find him, you invite him, y'all go enjoy a nice hot springs vacation party time.
Yes. Does Captain Feldra come?
Everyone comes, Feldra's there,
And
Kershape's there, Peleus is not
It's
there.
a whole goddamn.
I didn't think he was.
I make some awkward
Did you guys invite
passes.
Sarge?
No,
I
No.
think they did.
I didn't.
Probably did.
I was
I
only
didn't.
inviting women. And
Sangmo Sangmo shows up uninvited.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
And he sees you guys, he goes, "Oh, hello, what are you all doing here?"
Ah.
Ugh.
And I just awkwardly try to hit on Feldra unsuccessfully and badger Obi with questions about himself, and that's about it.
The
Basically.
Feldra, roll a charisma check, Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Or, yeah, it's not a save, it's just charisma check.
Oh, that's a save, but just take the roll.
Ooh.
Take,
Just a 10.
oh, it would be the same thing, because I'm not proficient, so.
So, due to this being the fact, just due to the fact that this is the first time you've bathed in a while, slightly more. She's not as repulsed by your advances. She's a little more receptive because you don't smell like a donkey.
I am
Can I
soaking
be his
in the hot
wingman?
springs, but I'm also making no attempt to actually wash. Just to clarify.
It's
Can
still
I-
an improvement.
Yeah.
Can I be his wingman?
I am not employing your help as a wingman.
Can I like help him
I'm
out
going-
a
I'm
little
going
bit?
solo.
It's still a marked improvement from what you were. The spa itself smells of sage and
Yes.
jasmine.
Yes. How'd I know?
I wasn't gonna say jasmine, and then you said jazz, and it just kind of
Winning.
Just
Lavender is what I was going to say.
the DM right there.
sage and lavender.
You're welcome.
So it's kind of flowery. It's a nice smell, but the water itself seems to be infused with some sort of cleaning oil soap thing. So you all kind of come out of this smelling quite nice.
Guys,
Peacewood
Peacewood is the best.
So
I want to live here forever.
I think we do.
I do.
We have a house. We have a maid. We have
He's not a maid.
what's someone who cleans and cooks for you for free?
He's not a maid. He's our little brother.
He's Shakul's little brother.
I'm adopting him. I'm adopting him as my little brother.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. That's the end of that. After that, I go home and take a sleep.
Take a shower.
I thought you were going to say that. Bro. I'm going to put on a pot of stew that's going to sit for 4 more hours.
Why?
I'm not really going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Do you guys sort of ditch Obi at the spa, or do you invite him back to your
I
house?
forgot about Obi.
Oh, yeah. No. Come on back, bro. You want to go hang out at our house?
Yes, you're all very energetic. I
Oh,
enjoy
thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Um,
Are you hungry? Do you want me to whip up some food?
She makes a great 4-hour-old stew.
All right, listen. This time I won't make a 4-hour stew because we're all at the house.
I could always eat.
All right, great. I mean, you're giant, so I mean, yeah. Is there like any forest that you can go hunt at?
you're in the middle of a forest.
All right, I mean, like, yeah, I know I'm in the middle of a forest, but I mean, like, there's not just like rabbits running through the marketplace, are there?
No, but I mean, if you go down to the,
You serving a street rat?
you've walked through the marketplace enough times to know that there are places that sell meat. There
Are there any pigeons nearby?
Yeah, right.
It's primarily
I'm missing Baracus, okay?
it's primarily stuff like quail and venison, deer meat, and stuff.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk up to one of the little markets and I'm gonna buy some venison, if possible.
How much do you want?
Well, how much can feed like 17 fucking people that lives in our house?
There's not that many people in your house. There's only 6. But
All right.
you could buy 6
I'll
people.
buy like 3 pounds of meat. Was that
3
enough?
pounds of venison? Yeah, I'd say that'll set you back. Well, that only sets you back like 15 silver.
Okay. 15 silver. I don't know how much money I have, but sounds about right.
You have an amount.
Okay. So I'm gonna buy that, and then I'm gonna go back to the house. Who's at the house right now?
I think everyone. Nobody has told me they're not there, so I am assuming everyone's there.
All right, I'm gonna walk in, be like, "Yo, what up, guys? I got some meat.
All right.
Does everyone like meat?"
Your D&D Beyond is telling me you have $0, but I
Alright.
know for a fact I've given you at least like $250.
I know you have. I think I was updating it on
You
roll
don't-
20. Yeah, I was.
Says you have 100, so I'm assuming you spent some. One gold is 100 silver, so you can break it. You could break that down if it set you back 15 silver. So you could do.
How much did I spend on that keg?
Oh, you
20
did.
gold.
You spent a
A lot.
lot on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Spent
how
twice
much?
as much as a keg costs.
I know. How much?
I think it was like 40.
Yeah.
40 gold.
It was a
Yeah.
lot.
Unnecessary amounts.
They
All right.
really worked you over for that, for that
Hold on,
keg of ale.
I gotta go through my notes.
To
and
be
see
fair,
how much.
I only have like 98 gold, so I don't know if you have that much more than me.
I have
'Cause I feel
95,
every time
but I've
I
only
gave
spent.
Cole some gold, you also gave him gold.
We'll figure that out later. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. I have enough for the meat, so that's all I care about. So I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Does everyone like venison?"
Yeah.
Brolin?
Fine with me.
Oh, wait, you guys, I'm so sorry.
You're all at the house, unless
You're
you're
all-
not,
okay, yes.
unless you're not at
Yeah.
the house.
Do you like venison, Brolin?
I probably wouldn't have gone right back to the house, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is after their spa.
This is
Oh,
hours
yes,
after
okay, yes,
hours
alright.
later.
yeah.
I am back at the house. I love venison.
All right, Shakul, do you like venison?
Of course.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna whip something up.
Aaron makes a fine venison sausage.
I didn't say I was gonna make a freaking sausage.
Well, that's what I wanted.
Maybe I am proficient in stews and not sausages. Okay.
All right. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the trees help, and the limbs are gonna come out, and grow all the herbs and the potatoes and the onions and the carrots and all that stuff, and plop it into the pot over the flame. I'm gonna saute up some of the venison and throw it into the pot.
Okay.
Then bottle
After
it.
she's done cooking and we're all sitting around eating.
Well, I'm role playing, okay?
Yes, you are. Does
We're gonna
does
sit around the
anybody have any plans or anything they wanted to do in the city before we head out on this journey? Obi, what's your deal? What do you do here? What are your plans?
Well, I mostly just wander around, but I honestly,
All right.
I would very much like to follow you people.
You remind me of somebody we just traveled with, a rat poacher.
Yeah, he didn't really say much.
He also liked to watch around and follow us.
Do you like
But he was
rats?
pretty cool, so that's all right.
I don't care for rats, but I am quite
Neither do he.
capable in combat, magically.
Oh, really? What can you do?
I can shake the earth, I can use the earth to grab people, lots of earth spells.
It sounds a lot about the things that I can do, so... Okay.
Don't
Well,
let her fool you. She just changes
very
into dinosaurs and wolves.
No, I can actually shape the ground and mold the earth and do things with the ground, but I choose not to because it's better if I turn into an animal and fuck shit up. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I am knowledgeable in the arcane and history as, like, you know, a
We know.
bookworm.
Yeah. Do you have parents?
Like jumping between cutting him off and encouraging him.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
they
whatever.
live-
And
they live-
I'm such a bitch. Ignore me.
That's difficult.
Do you have family?
Yes, they live in the my village.
Oh.
They don't
What do they
wander
do?
around much.
What do they do?
They're simple farmers. Us Loxodons live for a long time, so they usually settle down and don't move.
I tried that
That's-
once.
Great.
It didn't work so well for me.
No.
Great, Bob. Shakul, Brolin. You guys have anything you want to do Any pet projects? Wants, needs, desires before we head out?
Besides beekeeping.
Or
Hey,
beekeeping?
Well,
Hint in their direction. Something you need to resolve in this time. What are you guys? The current mission is that you guys are going along with this expedition to find the lost city as an intermediary group or intermediary party between Culthrone and Peacewood. So you guys should probably figure out what to do with that. As far as, are you going to take one side over the other? And
Whoa, there's sides in this?
Yeah, I was just gonna let them work it out.
Are you gonna
I thought they
favor?
were-
Are you more favorable towards Xerneas or towards Peacewood? Like,
I'm more favorable towards Beastwood.
Oh, Peacewood all the
Bad.
way.
All the way.
It's a little bit.
if kind of if stuff goes sideways and a fight breaks out, what side are you taking? Like, just make sure everybody's on the same page with.
Is this foreshadowing?
Do we have to decide this right now?
This
I
is
like to do that. at the
No,
beginning,
I'm
if
just
possible.
I'm putting ideas in your head.
Okay.
Are you
okay.
foreshadowing right now?
No,
Oh, are you sure?
100%.
Okay,
You know how I know I'm not foreshadowing?
because you're the DM.
I wrote the fucking story.
Exactly.
I didn't like having to. I want to do that in the heat of the moment. I don't want to have to decide now.
I mean,
Um,
like, I was totally not okay with the whole, like, Lost City thing, but, I mean, the Empress has been nothing but hospitable to us, and if she wants us to go and help her out with this, I'm okay with it.
What do you mean, not okay with the lost? You're not interested to find something called the Lost City?
I mean, I am if it cross paths with this whole, like, pistol thing. I don't know. I mean...
It's actually the only hint we have for the pistol thing. Aside
So
from going
you
and standing in a
guys-
field and looking in the sky.
No, I mean, I get that, but I mean, you guys got, like, your own, like, we have this going on, but also I have something on my own personal side that I could be doing, but
Like
I
what?
like you
That's what I was
guys.
asking.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
like-
mean,
What do you want to do?
Peleus said that I can go find his mentor in, like, the forest of, hold on, I wrote it down. Oh god, what's it called? The
Elvenwood.
forest. Yep, that one. The forest of Elvenwood. And, like, I can go learn things that I don't know and all that stuff. But I like you guys, and, like, Peleus is my friend, but you guys have been my friend a little bit longer. So, I mean, yeah.
Really putting your trust in this Peleus guy. I feel like you've known him for maybe a total of like 35 minutes.
That's
Alright,
like,
I've known him a lot longer than that. I've known him since the first time we came into Peacewood, so sit down, eat your stew. I don't know, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities out there, but I like you guys, and you guys have been, like, cool to me and everything. I don't really have that many friends, but yeah. I guess I'll go with you.
Did this so-called friend Peleus mention where in the Elvenwood his mentor lives?
He said that his mentor doesn't live anywhere. His mentor is dead, and it's like some spirit thing. And if he thinks I'm worthy, that he'll just show up and he'll teach me things.
That sounds very thin for a very long journey. I say if we end up there, I'm all about helping you with that, but...
I mean, I'm not necessarily asking you guys to go either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could just be like a self-discovery mission for me, but I don't want to leave you guys on your own, and I want to go, like, I want to figure out all this stuff for you guys too, so...
It's really far away. Or it's
Yeah,
it's
well,
pretty far away.
So is this whole Lost City thing.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I'm down for the adventure. I just want you guys to know that I'm here just for you guys. I'm not here for...
What do you
Ah,
hope to
a
gain by
martyr.
talking to his mentor?
I want to learn things. Like, you guys went to your little college thingy, your school thing, and you guys learned all the things, but I feel like I haven't learned anything. I haven't learned anything to further myself as a being, as an elf. I haven't learned anything. I'm just here. I
Lessons
learned
are all
things-
around you, Aaron.
I know that, and I mean, like, I learned things back at my hometown. Like, I learned things about my religion, but I haven't learned anything to progress myself. And you and Brolin have. I want, like, that opportunity, but I want to be there for you guys because you're my friends, and we've been there. You guys have been there for me ever since we got off the ship. So.
Well, I'll say this. I learned more in a year on the road than I did in 15 years of that college, so...
Eh.
Yeah, I didn't really learn anything at the. Well, I learned.
You learned a lot of
Whoops.
things at the college, so.
I just
Still.
wasn't very good at any of it. Alright, well,
But-
since we're going to this whole meeting of the powers, that whatever, does anybody have any opinions of the whole political climate and what?
I'm all for standing for Peacewood. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, are we gonna take a side? Are we gonna be involved in this? I'm cool with not.
I'm gonna pick a side. I'm gonna pick a side for Peacewood because they've taken us in. They've provided us the things that we didn't have before. They gave us our freedom getting off the boat. So, I mean, Beach, you love this house. You love everything about Peacewood, right?
I do.
So then why not fight for something that has been nothing but nice to us?
Why fight at all?
So then what do you want to do?
Nothing.
You just want to stay here?
I want to find the lost city. I don't want to
But-
get in the middle of an argument between the city of thieves
And I'm not saying that we're going to get into the middle of an argument, but isn't the lost city more for them and not for the Empress? Has the Empress even, like, said anything about the lost city? Has she expressed her interest in it?
I believe that's why we're going.
Did she say she wanted us to go? Or did she
Yes.
say that she wanted... Oh, okay. Alright, I mean... Okay.
Anybody else? Nobody cares.
I'm just listening. I have nothing really to say. I agree. I agree that the Empress did say that she wanted us to go kind of on as an emissary for Peacewood, kind of as a mediator between the two sides.
Obi, you're tagging along on this?
He will just like he's just been like watching this conversation, like moving his head from one to the other, just like, oh, okay, interesting. He would just nod and just say, yes, you are all very interesting. I must say that I do like Peacewood. I don't quite know this other fellow too much.
Oh, Xerneas? Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I mean, for the King of Thieves.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy.
Oh.
I say, if we get involved in the diplomatic relations between them, we leave it all up to Shakul. He'll just look super monkey and stoic, and then say something really wise, and everyone will listen, and it'll all be better. It'll be cool. All right, break. just talking about myself. I'll stop. So.
Okie dokie. So, you guys, is there anything particular you'd like to do in the 3 days leading up to heading out, or are you guys comfortable skipping ahead to the departure?
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm just gonna be hanging out, going to the spa.
I'd like to.
We already went to the spa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go every day.
Yeah,
I'd like to.
spa is fun.
I'd like to see if I can find a shop around.
There's a number of shops. What specifically are you looking?
I would specifically like to find a place where they sell potions and or poisons and or our place like that.
Potions and poisons?
Yeah, just like liquid things.
Just look.
I just want to buy potions. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. There's a couple of them. There's a good number of them. What are
I
what are
specifically just wanted to see
you?
if I could. I don't know if we need to roleplay the whole thing out, but I would just like to see if
No. What type of potions are you looking for?
Just some healing potions and yeah, just just a healing potion, I guess.
Okay. Health potion will
Here, I can give you one if you want it, Brolin.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want, I don't want to like take all your healing potions up.
Nah, I've been making them for everybody. I can heal myself.
How many have you made now?
One. Well, officially only one.
So I have your only one.
Yeah. I keep forgetting to. Well, we keep not stopping on a time when there's rest, and I keep forgetting. That's fine. Yeah, you can have my only one.
Okay.
Regular potion of healing.
Okay, so I will take that.
Worth 50 gold.
I'm not taking that.
You move. I got spells and I got berries. I'm good.
You want gold for it?
Nope. I made it for you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. And alright, then I'll just take that. And okay, that's it. Then that's I guess all I wanted to do.
I would settle all my accounts and kind of like give back any books, like saying, "Sorry, I won't be able to go to this library today."
Okay.
I mean, we can roleplay this outside of this or whatever. I don't know how you want to do this, but I would be interested in going back and talking to Satchmo about the
Sangmo.
Sangmo. Sorry,
What the hell do you call him?
sorry. I was thinking of Louis Armstrong. But Sangmo, about that book. I could do whatever. I just want to look more at that book with him.
Do some transcribing for him.
Yeah, transcribe for him. Maybe see if I can just get what I can get from it.
Meeting an apple. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted right now.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we can do that offline since it's a personal thing.
Yeah. It's not really. And then I will also I will tell you guys what I find out. I feel like I have to say that every time, even though.
Well,
We
you
expect
kind
you
of
to
like
not.
screwed yourself over on that
You
one.
have no obligation to tell them anything. And
I don't,
they have,
but I feel
have an
like
obligation
they're
as
super
players,
strict with me, even though I
as
didn't
good
do anything
players of Dungeons and Dragons. They have an obligation to recognize that you don't have to say anything,
Yeah.
and to accept the fact that Beach might not know Brolin went back to the tower because Beach doesn't follow Brolin around 24/7.
Well, I've been
I mean,
chilling out
that's
by the
surprising.
spa, by the hot springs, just relaxing, getting ready for my journey.
Yeah, so you have no obligation to tell them anything. Anyway, so as the days pass, Sarge and Devlin stop by a couple of times just to make sure, arrange meeting points and make sure everybody's in agreement. They do show you on the map. Jesus. what
Sorry.
happened?
What's that?
I ripped my headphone out by accident.
I'm gonna go back to the world map for a moment. They do show you on here where the intended meeting point is. And it is the not the blue marker, it's just underneath the blue mark. So to recap, the red, not even, there's too many markers on the map now. So it's not the circle, it's up. You all remember the red marker we made for Caltherone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
and then following south, you have the blue marker that marks the Tomb of Kings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so don't draw on my shit.
How do I go back? How do I erase it?
I'll get it.
Alright, thanks, Dad.
The marker in green here, this green X, is going to be
The meeting point.
out of here. That's the meeting point. And you kind of, based on your previous travels, it's around the same point where you met Barakas, and that being that it was said in Orcish, you kind of put two and two together and recognize that you might be returning to that abandoned orc camp.
Okay.
R.I.P. Barakas.
Once you are all settled and you meet up with Devlin, Sarge, and Kershape at the tunnel that you left through last time. And they have horses there kind of waiting for you all.
Wait, this is to go, like, find the Lost City?
This is to meet up with Xerneas's crew.
I thought that was 3 days from before.
Yeah, we have fast forwarded 3 days.
Oh, alright, sorry, I wasn't paying attention, obviously.
Clearly. I asked if everyone was okay fast forwarding, and that's...
Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. I was typing
No
on
worries.
Twitch.
No worries. So... Threw me off. Okay, so you are meeting with Kershape, Devlin, and Sarge at the tunnel that you left through last time, which you know some sort of magical property to accelerate your travel. They do have horses down there for you this time to kind of ease the journey, and you set out with Kershape with the party headed towards the meeting point.
Can we take a pause?
If
for a
each
tinker
square's
break?
2 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's gonna take Xerneas about a week
No.
to get there.
What did you say,
You guys.
Aaron?
Yeah, just
I said, can we take a pause
Well,
for a
I'm
tinker
wrapping.
break?
I'm wrapping it up, so
Oh, okay. Alright, sorry.
it's midnight. So as you're heading out, you can safely assume, given the distance Xerneas has to travel, that he has either already set out in the 3 days that you've been waiting, or you will arrive first, given your tunneled fast travel. But you are now headed to a meeting place between the emissaries of Culthrone with the emissaries of Peacewood. The start of an adventure to find the lost city.
Ba-na-na-na.
Is where we will pick up. I hope everybody enjoyed this super not combat session again. I didn't expect you guys to so quickly go after the tower. I thought we were going to set out already and do some shit, which is why I didn't have those passages written quite yet. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun, and we'll see you next Monday at
Sure.
9:30.
Oh yeah.
Are we
Bye.
done this Monday? Bye.
Everybody say bye. Bye.
Bye.
Motherfucker.